Hey guys, it is April 9th, 2017. It is still Palm Sunday. We want to bring you famous 7-year-old Syrian girl. I know we did a real Syrian girl, and now this poor girl is being propped up by the Islamic State on CNN. She's basically a paid CNN news correspondent, okay? But first, I want to show you that this girl don't even really speak English, and she's been known to be this great, eloquent tweeter. You know, speaking like, you know, her mommy is tweeting these out. Her dad and all these ISIS people are tweeting her out saying, I'm a 7-year-old Syrian girl. I wanted to give you this foundation of who she was. She's a cute little girl. I mean, she's a cute little girl, but she's being used. And this is what the Islamic State is doing. This is what ISIS is doing. Al-Qaeda, radical Islamics are doing. They use children.
Of course, sometimes I speak fast and I have a South African accent. My name is Imran. I have a South African accent, so sometimes you won't understand me, and that's okay. Your mom Fatima will help out.
She won't understand you no matter what
accent. You can speak in Arabic, or you can speak in English. And of course, we have Nusayba on the side there, so if you really don't understand me, you can ask Nusayba and she can help. Okay?
Okay.
Now I have one question for you before we talk to everybody else, and before everybody else's questions come in. Do you like the food in Istanbul?
Yes.
What do you like?
Save the children of Syria.
Yeah.
I like Save the Children of Syria food. Is that like a cereal box? I'm going to play that one more time. It must be a name brand of food.
What do you like?
Save the children of Syria.
Yeah. Do you like Istanbul?
Her mom just told her what to say.
Fish.
You like fish?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that one more time so you know who she is, and then we're going to take her to CNN as their poster child for all Syrian children.
Yes.
What do you like?
Save the children of Syria.
Yeah. Do you like Istanbul?
Fish.
So, we have now discovered that she's not obviously fluent in English, which is fine. But the fact that her parents and CNN are propping her up as somebody who really understands English deeply, he's saying to her, what do you like here, right? And she says, save the children in Syria. I'm pretty sure in this next interview, she's not quite understanding what they're saying. So I'm gonna bring it up.
Bana, do you blame President Assad for this?
Okay, this is intense. This is a really intense interview. Okay, I don't even think any 11 or 12-year-old would be able to answer questions, right? Okay.
She's 7. Let's remember she's 7.
Okay, so they literally have her on asking super intense questions, and she just answers them, right? And watch her eyes, and watch her mom, because her mom's watching the same thing, and she's like like, you know what I mean? Like, you can say it, right? Here we go. So this is a teleprompter, you guys. CNN has telepromptered this girl questions and answers already set up. This is why I'm kind of against this whole Syrian strike and taking down Assad, because CNN and John McCain and Hillary Clinton and all these
there is no level that is too low that they will not stoop
to try to get Assad out.
This is fake news.
This is their desire. If the globalists want to do that, and CNN is going so far as to use a 7-year-old girl to push their agenda to get Assad out,
right.
She has a Twitter account and she tweets. She doesn't tweet, but the Twitter account tweets.
So make sure you step to the side so they can see.
Yes.
Here, wait, let me start over.
Bana, do you blame President Assad for this?
Yes.
She's reading. You can see it in her eyes that she's reading.
To President Assad?
I am very sad.
Look at her mom.
A lot of died.
A lot of died.
No one had them.
Look at this.
The world is watching. The world doesn't do anything.
What do you want the world to do?
I want stop the war.
Her eyes are moving like she's reading.
Right, she's reading.
The children of Syria play and go to school.
She's reading
live
as well.
in peace.
You can tell she's reading it.
Together we can
See?
help them.
We can together.
We can save them.
Wait, watch that. This is when a child...
School.
Have you ever helped a child learn how to read? Right? And they're like trying to stumble over a word and they get it, right? Right.
Live in peace. Together we can help them. Together we can save them.
Bana, when you saw the video and the pictures of what happened in Syria...
Now, she's asking a very complex question for somebody who doesn't know to be able to ask, what do you like to eat in Istanbul? And she says, save the children of Syria. So this is a really complex question, English grammatical sentence for somebody to be asking a child. Listen to this sentence. She can't answer the question on what do you like to eat.
We can save them.
Bana, when you saw the video and the pictures of what happened in Syria this week, what did you think?
I am very sad about this. 100 Syrians were killed in Syria.
You're not watching her eyes go back and forth here. You're just watching this on purpose.
They were not terrorists. They were just people. Let me ask you this.
Then she starts to ask the kid, the children don't do this. Let me ask you. Whoever came up with this sentence was really bad for how a kid would respond. Right.
It didn't start today, but
This didn't just start today. Let me ask you.
has been going on for 6 years.
She is 7 years old. This has been going on for 6 years.
Why can't you stop the war?
I don't know, Bana. I don't know why the world can't stop the war.
This is propaganda.
Bana,
and it's worse.
Do you want to be able to go home to Syria someday?
Yes, I love my home and I love Syria.
Did you see her eyes go back on the last one? You can see it. She's like, and she says it like it's the last word that she knows. I love my home, and you're reading a sentence, and I love Syria. That she knew that was the end of the sentence. Watch.
Why can't you stop the war?
I don't know, Bana. I don't know why the world can't stop the war in Syria. Bana,
this lady...
do you want to be able to go home to Syria someday?
Yes, I love my home and I love Syria.
That was a child reading. Now, here's the thing. When Leah speaks, I often look at her while she's speaking. That mom doesn't look at that child one time. That mom is looking at the screen, listening to make sure she says exactly what the screen says. Right. Now, listen to Jake Tapper here. Again, Jake, we have to... And how did that news anchor deliver that with such a straight face? She knew that child was reading from a prompter. Watch this.
Welcome back to Lead Our World Lead now. A desperate plea for help. 7-year-old Bana Alebed has become the face of innocent civilians suffering in Syria's deadly civil war. The young girl is now safely living in Turkey with her family. But earlier... She
became such a celebrity, they evacuated her to Turkey to keep her safe so that she could continue to be their propaganda agent from safety. And I ain't never going to put my child on that man's lap.
Today she tweeted a message to President Trump, quote, I beg you, can you do something for the children of Syria? If you can, I will be your best friend. Thank you.
She didn't tweet that out, you guys. 7 years old. Go to Bana Alabed. Adults it's propaganda. They're using children. It's their MO.
Thank you, unquote. This comes as a fragile ceasefire between Syrian government forces.
CNN isn't just fake news. They're really fake news. I mean, they're really this is the worst kind of reporting you have ever seen. This is evil. Okay, let's...
And rebel factions is holding for now. Joining me now in a CNN exclusive is Democratic Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii. She just returned from a secret trip to Syria. Congresswoman Gabbard, thanks for coming and sharing your story with us.
Hello, Jake. Good to be with you.
So you were in Syria for 4 days. Did you meet with President Bashar al-Assad?
I'm going to link to this because we've covered her, and she kind of says the same things here that she did in her other video. Watch her again. Get a feel for someone who's been in Syria. She's with the Christians. She's with the Christians in Syria, and the Christians in Syria are saying, Assad is keeping us safe. Assad is keeping us safe. I am going to, just the same thing that when I tell people I trust ex-Muslims who become Christians and their
testimony,
right,
of what happens in Islam.
I'm sorry, I don't trust General Mattis's view over Christians on the ground. I just don't. Even though Trump put him in office, I trust the Christians, and she says that she met with these people, and they're saying under Assad, Assad's keeping us safe from the rebels who are murdering people, trying to get Christians out.
Just a couple of minutes of her, real quick, just for those of you that didn't see it.
My reason for going to visit Syria was really because of the suffering of the Syrian people that has been weighing heavily on my heart. I wanted to see if there was, in some small way, a way that I could express the love and the aloha and the care that the American people have for the people of Syria, and to see firsthand what was happening there, to see that situation there.
What did Assad have to say?
Initially, I hadn't planned on meeting him. When the opportunity arose to meet with him, I did so because I felt it's important that if we profess to truly care about the Syrian people, about their suffering, then we've got to be able to meet with anyone that we need to if there is a possibility that we could achieve peace. And that's exactly what we talked about.
Now, I know the maxim that people say in the military, that you don't make peace with your friends, you make peace with your enemies. But obviously Bashar al-Assad is responsible for thousands of deaths and millions of people being displaced during this 5-year-long civil war. Did you have any compunctions about meeting with somebody like that, giving him any sort of enhanced credibility because a member of the United States Congress would meet with someone like that?
Whatever you think about President Assad, the fact is that he is the president of Syria. In order for any peace agreement, in order for any possibility of a viable peace agreement to occur, there has to be a conversation with him. The Syrian people will determine his outcome and what happens with their government and their future. But our focus, my commitment is on ending this war that has caused so much suffering to these Syrian people, to these children, to these families, many of whom I met on this trip. It's important for us to stay focused on doing what is in their best interest and what is in our best interest, and doing what is necessary to make that happen. So, Congressman Adam Kinzinger, a friend of yours, also a military veteran, a Republican, he said on Twitter when he heard about your visit, quote, "Fact-finding mission, fact, 50,000 plus dead children in Syria. Tulsi Gabbard, I hope you didn't meet with their butcher, Assad." Now, Assad has used chemical weapons on his own people. You said it's going to be up to the Syrian people, but there really aren't free and fair elections in Syria. I'll tell you what I heard from the Syrian people that I met with, Jake, walking down the streets in Aleppo, in Damascus, hearing from them. They expressed happiness and joy at seeing an American walking through their streets, but they expressed a question. They said, why is it that the United States, its allies and other countries are providing support, are providing arms to terrorist groups like al-Nusra, al-Qaeda, Arar al-Sham, ISIS, who are on the ground there raping, kidnapping, torturing, and killing the Syrian people, children, men, women, people of all ages. They asked me, why is the United States and its allies supporting these terrorist groups who are destroying Syria when it was al-Qaeda who attacked the United States on 9/11, not Syria? I didn't have an answer for them.
Obviously, the United States government denies providing any sort of help to the terrorist groups you're talking about. They say they provide help for the rebel groups. Tell us more about...
The reality is, Jake, the reality is, and I'm glad you brought up that point, because this is an often talked about thing by people like Adam Kinzinger and others, saying, well, we've got to support the moderate rebels. Every place that I went, every person that I spoke to, I asked this question to them. And without hesitation, they said there are no moderate rebels. Who are these moderate rebels that people keep speaking of? Regardless of the name of these groups, the strongest fighting force on the ground in Syria is al-Nusra or Al-Qaeda and ISIS. That is a fact. There's a number of different other groups. All of them essentially are fighting alongside, with, or under the command of the strongest group on the ground that's trying to overthrow Assad. The Syrian people recognize, and they know, that if President Assad is overthrown, then Al-Qaeda or a group like Al-Qaeda that has been killing Christians, killing people simply because of their religion or because they won't support their terror activities, they will take charge of all of Syria. This is the reality that the people of Syria are facing on the ground, and why they are pleading with us here in the United States to stop supporting these terrorist groups.
That's all you gotta say. No, that wraps it up, because she hits the nail on the head, okay? And she is a prime example how we can come together with people from both parties to bring down radical Islamic terrorists. And even more so than that, we talk about this a lot on Resistance Chicks.
I wanted to point out, when you're talking about this, is a tweet that somebody took a picture of. CNN anchor Jake Tapper has now deleted a tweet where he advised his followers to seek expertise on Syria from the 7-year-old living in Turkey. For more on Syria, follow that girl who is being used and propped up by Al-Qaeda and ISIS and these rebels. CNN is a front for Al-Qaeda. I said it here on Resistance Chicks. Bottom line.
Exactly. And so the point is that
radical Islam,
Congresswoman Gabbard,
going into our country through CNN.
It doesn't matter that she's a Democrat, and that's what we need to understand. Bush is in the pocket of the globalists. Clinton, pocket of the globalists. There is only one party, and that is the deep state party that is evil. And then there's everybody else that is scrambling to bring justice and truth back to our democratic republic. Okay? And she is it. And so that's how Resistance Chicks can come together and support her, because she's trying to get the truth out there. Whether she's a Democrat doesn't matter. Whether you're a Republican, John McCain proves that. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Right. There is only one deep state. It's not that all Democrats are deep state. She proves it.
So here she is. Here she is, right? She's got 733 tweets for a 7-year-old.
That's a lot of tweets.
She's her name is Bana. I'm 7 years old. I am talking to the world. Now live from now live from East Aleppo.
This is my last moment to either live or die. She says.
She says, we need peace in Syria now. We are tired of war. Don't you have mercy and see the innocent babies dying? Stop the war now. We don't want World War III. We don't want the war in Syria. Let's stand together. And actually, her mom or whoever tweeted out, if it takes World War III to save Syria, we should go to World War III. Dear world, there is a very big bombing right now. More innocent children and people are dying. Putin and Assad bombed my school, killed my friends, and robbed my childhood.
A 7-year-old knows to say
it's time to punish the killers of children in Syria. I am a Syrian child who suffered under Assad. I welcome Donald Trump's actions against the killers of my people. This is why we are bringing this to you guys. This is a fake front. It's a phony. You saw what CNN did. CNN is pushing this narrative. Did you see how quick CNN was to praise Donald Trump?
Dear world, this very beautiful baby's died in the chemical attack. Dear Turkish Airlines, please give me your planes to evacuate the kids.
7-year-old. 7-year-old, right? The people of Syria don't want condemnation. They want to be saved. Condemnation. What kind of 7-year-old even knows how to spell condemnation? Dear world, watch this and tell me why we still can't stop this. Until when will the war go on? This is a narrative. I think this says it all. I wish you guys would watch this. I hope that you watch this one more than anything else, because this shows the propaganda being set up by the mainstream media, by Hillary Clinton, by Barack Obama. This is all set up, and don't for a second believe that the Clintons wouldn't be behind some sort of false flag chemical attack. Message to the @UN, King Salam, all these at Justin Trudeau, because the 7-year-old knows who Justin Trudeau is. I have only one wish, and that's to end the war in Syria now. Please and thank you. And then here she is. She's like,
Never too late. This is my message. It is never too late. Save the people of Syria. This is...
Do you see that?
It ain't your message, little girl, as cute as you are.
And so this is her, and she's saying, at real Donald Trump, do you love this? And so they, and so it got to him. It got to him. That's it, you guys. I mean,
we do need to sign off here.
There was one more I wanted to kind of give you. It's only 33 seconds.
And remove the U.S. knows the truth. Samasabar said as much in his speech to the UN.
All the U.S. talk is talk. Do you resist the U.S.? Can you change anything? Can you save the Syrian people? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting until we are nothing but a black spot on your conscience? Save the Syrians who are still alive.
Remove Assad from power and remove the Russian and Iranian nooses around our necks.
That's another propaganda video. And I gotta tell you that these people are shameless. They will put these kids out there and then they'll use them and they'll manipulate them.
This is
these
disgusting.
kids, they weren't saying that. They didn't know what words they were saying. They were told to say these things, and that's what breaks my heart, because children are being used as pawns, and CNN is the devil.
Absolutely.
CNN is the devil. They are so evil. And that's when Donald Trump says, no, you're very fake news.
And when the very fake news is coming out in support of a Syrian attack, you have to question, you guys. I mean, you have got to question. When they pushed this narrative, okay, and they're so excited that Donald Trump has done what he has done, you guys have to wake up. We have to sign off here.
I think that's it covering Syria.
I'm so sorry that our wasn't more chipper and happy and fun and Leah and Michelle, but this is really serious. This is where the rubber meets the road. So this is Leah and Michelle signing off for Resistance Chicks, where it is not just a conspiracy theory if it's actually the truth. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks. Ring the bell for notifications so you get more videos like this, and find us on Facebook and Twitter. We love you guys. God bless. Don't forget to go to the description where you can contact us via email and mail, ask questions, leave comments. We have to talk about this because this is serious business.